A zip is, it comes from this painter named Barnett Newman. I took the idea from him and said, let's say he paints a nice, beautiful field.
Yeah.
With some trees and a couple of kids on bicycles and a path or something like that. Right? This beautiful kind of pastoral sort of thing. And right in the middle of it, coming diagonally, is an orange band, 5 centimeters. It goes across the whole thing. No relationship at all to what's going on. Zero. It bisects the image. Just cuts it in half.
Yeah.
It's something completely contrasting.
Yeah.
And that's what a zip is. So then a zip is usually done by, could be one or more instruments. But in the past, I've done it with one instrument, usually trombone or trumpet. That can really interrupt the sound.
Yeah.
So I would say trumpet 1, zip, long tone. And by default, the zip is, I don't know, as long as the trumpet can hold out breath. Usually I would say so maybe it's 15, 20 seconds,
Yeah.
And it happens at any time, usually within 1 to 2 minutes after I've signed it.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, a bit like flying fish.
Yeah. It happens only one time. And so it's a...
It's not the same like then, like...
It's in that family, though.
Flying fish with contrast.
No, because a flying fish it can appear for like 3 or 4. It always appears for. It's usually a group first of all. Flying fish is a group. Doesn't have to be, but usually. And it appears once, and then it can appear 3 seconds later, and then it can appear 10 minutes later in the piece. A zip will happen one time. The sound painter knows it's going to happen within, say, a minute or so, whatever you default it as. And you know it's coming up, but you just don't know where.
Yeah.
So a zip can be movement, it can be sound.
Yeah.
And it can be used many ways. And it's usually one person, because you're looking for a real zip. It's just like a band of sound and movement.
Yeah.
It just, and you, the sound painter, have to sign what the zip is.
Yeah.
Zip something. It's usually zip long tone, because that's what a zip was in the first place, was a long tone. A diagonal long tone. But so I used it,
Yeah, but it can be minimalist with march feel. True. Yeah.
You could, they would zip that, and then you want to give it duration, because, people can play that a long time. But it's really cool. It just happens, and now, the first time I did that, and just a quick story, my trombone player, who's still with me, just got angry at me. It was like, Walter, I mean, the point? What is the point in that? I mean, why do that? What is it? I said, and at the time, this is my orchestra, in New York. This is years ago, and I said, well, because it surprises me. This is live composition, and I have to deal with it. You can't stop a zip. It's like flying fish. Once it goes, it's on. You're in it.
Yeah.
Deal with it. And I told him, well, it's interesting because I can zip whatever I want to, and it's going to happen without me, and then I can turn my attention to something else. And I'm affected by it. So, so it's a really, really wonderful. Not many people use it. I rarely use it anymore, but I used to use it a lot. I used to compose with them quite often.